Okay, I'll call the meeting to order and advise that the meeting is being recorded and live streamed. I ask if there's a disclosure of interest. As there is none, we have a resolution adopting the agenda as amended with the following additions. Under 6, reports of municipal officers, there's the award of the RFP 08-2026 municipal office roof. And the next one is the award RFP 2026 Murillo Recreation Complex. And 9, bylaw C 54-2026, awarding the RFP-2026. And 11, the petition and communication regarding the Northwest invitation. Any 4 items open for discussion or addition to the agenda? As there is none, I call the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. We have a deputation this evening from the Thunder City Speedway in regards to a motorsports Ripfest event. And if the representatives would like to come forward, please. If you push the button and it turns green, then people online can hear you as well.
Yeah. Is it on?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so.
Hello, everyone. My name is Norm Nadine, one of the owners of Thunder City. So we were just looking to get permission to host the Ripfest at our facility. It was kind of a last minute thing for us too. I guess they originally went to the Coliseum. They went to the marina, which is under construction. They've gone to various different places and they've been rejected at all of them. So somehow they came onto our spot being a good sized piece of property. We thought it was a good idea. So we're just hoping that we would get support from council to host this event at our track.
Is there any questions of any of the councillors? Councillor Calvert?
They wanted us to provide some form of entertainment just to get some crowd out, but no, there's no racing. We we're thinking about maybe a little band or some fire. I don't know. We're just trying to promote it a little bit, but no racing, no.
And there's no school in August.
Yeah.
So, Councillor Peacock?
Thank you. What would the hours be?
They want to start at 4 o'clock till 11.
On
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and they'll be cleaning up and gone by, I believe, lunchtime Sunday.
Okay.
And there isn't potable water back there, so what are you doing as far as
We're supplying it in a tanker, and then they just want to make sure that that the water's in a tank that they could boil it. That's all they need it for doing dishes and stuff like that. And that's apparently what they do at the other venues too. So
okay. And then Thunder Bay District Health Unit, would you have to get approval from them?
we've had approval on our site already for all that, so it would be up to them to obtain all the permissions they would need from the health unit.
The Ripfest people themselves?
Correct. Yeah, they would have to meet all the guidelines from them. All our other vendors already qualify for that. So
now, would there be liquor involved?
they want us to. We're entertaining the fact, but we haven't confirmed that yet. So we might open up a little beer garden, but again, we haven't confirmed that. I was only asked that because apparently they have them at all the other venues that they've had in town.
Now, would that require a special events permit at all? No?
No.
Okay. But
And when it comes to the alcohol, you'd have to get permission when you get your license.
Yeah.
So they'll tell you
Correct.
what you have to do.
yeah, because the Ontario, the provincial rules have changed with regard to beer gardens and things like that.
Thunder City itself was not gonna host the beer garden. It was, we were asking one of the breweries to do it that have done it at other venues, so they would know everything they would
Yes,
need. and we would
absolutely.
Make sure that they have everything that's adequate to be on our property to
Yeah.
do so.
Okay, any further questions?
I'm good,
No?
thank you.
So I'm not going to really call on a vote. Are we going to allow this? I guess we are calling a vote. Have you a resolution later on? Okay, we will be discussing it later on, but
Okay.
looks.
Just a quick question. I think I've asked this last time I came up here, but do we always have to come to council every time we do anything outside of racing when I kind of think racing's probably the hardest one to get permission to.
Yeah, unfortunately or fortunately, you have a bylaw in regards to the racing, which says that this bylaw is only good for these things. And
Yeah.
if you do something different, yeah, then it's not on that
Could we-
bylaw.
Could we amend the bylaw in the future if I made an application to
That's-
do so?
Everything can be amended. You'd have to have a meeting, set up what you would like it to say, and it come to council.
Yeah. Okay, that'd be great.
Yes, I know, then you don't have to come every time.
Yeah, not a big deal. Nice to see you guys.
Oh, it's nice to see you too, Norm. Take care, and I hope you have a terrific season. No, you don't. No, someone will let you know tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Good to know you.
it is good to know your neighbors, yes. All righty, next item is the city council meeting minutes. Sorry, city council meeting minutes. We have a resolution approving the minutes of the council meeting held on May the 27th. It's been moved and seconded. Were there any errors or omissions on those minutes? It's page 16 to 30. No errors or omissions, so I will call a vote on approval of the council meeting minutes held on May the 27th. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Any discussion on any items of those minutes? Councillor Calvert?
But under the new business there where Public Works, they took care of that one problem area, we'll call it, in the Morello Recreation Area, and it's been rectified and seems to be working very good.
Good, thank you. All righty, that's it. Then, oh, I guess we could have asked them to stay because it's the first thing that we vote on. Here's a resolution that's been moved and seconded to recommend approval of the Motorsports and Ribfest event on August the 27th to 30th. It has been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. We have the building department report for May 2026, and it's on page 34 to 40. So it continues to increase. It's now at 12.5 million.
Busy.
It is busy. 12.5 million cost of construction right now in the municipality, so that's doing very well. Any questions in regards to the planning report or the building permit tracker for 2026, Councillor?
Just a thanks for sorting out that commercial greenhouse so that it gets moved from a 2024 permit to a 2026 permit.
Any other items for questions? None. We have the minutes of the Committee of Adjustment meeting held on February the 12th. That's for information only. If you have any questions of the planner in regards to that meeting, this would be the time. And then we have a few Committee of Adjustment, 1, 2, 3, 4 Committee of Adjustment applications that we must or should make some type of comment on. The first one is an severance, I believe, of a lot, proposed new lot on behalf of James Veal. That would be on River Road. Is any discussion on that? Any questions on that? So the comments that council would have on behalf of this application would be no concerns? Right? So it's been moved and seconded that there are comments on this application is that no concerns. I open it up for discussion again. Vote on it. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. The next application is on behalf of Rob and Susan Redyke for a proposed lot addition. It's on page 62 to 70. Is there any comments or concerns in regards to that application? Councillor Peacock?
Thank you. Just a question. How does the property line dissolve when the parcels merge?
Either via their lawyer or through cancellation certificate.
Okay. And then the small piece at the top that Mr. Redyke is severing off, once that property line is dissolved, then that would make sense. Otherwise, you would have a small piece that would go to the merged lot?
The line has to disappear before the lot addition is registered.
Okay. And I know that we get the maps that you have provided, but does the committee get the maps that the applicant provides?
Yep, they get the whole application.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions? So I would guess that this is also no concerns for comments. So we have a resolution moved and seconded that the application on behalf of Rob and Susan Redyke has no concerns according to council. Anything further to discuss? I will call for a vote. All in favor, opposed. Then we have another one, an application on behalf of Joseph and Evelyn LePage. And it's also proposed new lot. And it's asking for council's comments. This resolution has been moved and seconded, pending our comments. Is there any comments? Councillor Campa?
So this application obviously is regard to a meeting we had a couple of months ago. Would there be any concerns that you could envision as far as setbacks from the agricultural buildings on the adjoining lot?
No, we did get a phone call from the agricultural properties on the city side today, who are opposed, but
Oh.
I'm not sure that we're super concerned,
Okay,
outside of our own municipality.
okay.
But yeah, we have no access to that information either to provide OMAF or calculations or anything like that, but our official plan mandates that we do it within our township. And so that's what we're concerned with.
Okay. I would think the ones in the city are almost the same distance, if not further away anyways.
The comment that I received today was, well, we have intentions of building a barn. And I
Ah.
said, well, it's first come, first
That's how
served.
it works, yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
Councillor Peacock?
Thank you. On a corner lot, the lesser frontage or the lesser footage, I guess, is the frontage? Is that how it
The
works?
60 meters?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Just because I know they're getting busy there, so.
Yep.
Okay.
Any further questions, comments? This resolution has been moved and seconded. I call a vote, all in favor, opposed, carried. And the last one is the application on behalf of Brody and Tracy Miller for Miller Precast, and that's a proposed minor variance. Any questions or concerns in regards to this? Councillor Peacock?
Thank you. With regard to this application, first of all, is it two lots? Because I see two legal descriptions on the application, or were they
Yep.
going to consolidate?
Yep, they're being consolidated.
Okay. Now, my concern is that when I look at this application, a minor variance, to the best of my knowledge, requires that there be 4 tests that are basically satisfied. So can you explain to me how this is minor in nature when it's 96% relief on one part and 50% on the other? So I don't
Yep.
find that that's minor in nature.
It's a entirely heavy industrial area. It abuts only one neighbor that is not the same owner. And we have a letter in writing from that abutting owner that says that they have absolutely no concerns. And if you notice in the image, there's a lot of items, material,
Mhm.
that will all be contained in the building, so it's gonna clean up the lot. So from a planning perspective, we have to look at all 4 tests, and in this case, we've decided that this would be minor in nature.
I was down to have a look at that, and yes, that is a big crane that he's looking to enclose, but is there a reason why it's not a site-specific zoning amendment?
Because we're treating it as minor for the reasons I just gave.
Any further questions, concerns? So again, I would guess that the application or the resolution would require, would state that in regards to the proposed minor variance, council's comments are as follows, no concerns. I'll call a vote. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. We now have the 94 Violet Road subdivision. It's an initial review. Page 89 to 111. And we have a resolution recommending the scheduling of the public meeting for this application be approved at July 14th for 5 p.m. Is it going to be here in the office?
Yep.
Okay, so it'll be at our council meeting
Yes.
at 5 o'clock? Okay. All righty. Any discussion from council? Any questions or concerns about that? Councillor Kempoff?
I know what they meant to say on page 98.
You may.
Yes. That just jumped out at me, but yeah, so do we have any idea what their plan is with the rest of it? I know that's not in the scope of this application, but just
Not
curious.
This time, no.
No, okay.
Councillor Peacock?
Thank you. The list of studies that were done, some of them date back to 2017. Is there an expiry date on those?
No, they've actually provided emails from the consultants that did the study saying that they stand by them. Also, this new proposal is entirely outside of most of the cost, like hazardous lands, if you will. So there's not a lot of concerns.
Because on one, perhaps this is just because it's the application that we saw in January that's brought back up again. But at one point, it says that there is no concern for contamination or brownfield. And yet, on page 108, it says redevelopment of brownfield sites. So, and again, on 108, it says that the application is concurrent with the adjacent owner, but that's not happening now, right? So perhaps the applicant should relook at this submission and get it right before it comes back to us.
I don't feel that's really,
I mean, I've
Minor.
spoken with them multiple times and I have the information I need and it's in the report that I provided this evening. So yes, there are definitely errors in the application, but we have the information that we need to have to do the presentation.
any other, Councillor Calvert, Councillor Kempoff, you've been gone.
So just to clarify, the public meeting is our meeting or is it the developer's meeting?
No, it would be through us.
Okay.
Planning meeting, perhaps. Any other comments or questions? So we do have the resolution recommending the scheduling of the public meeting. It's been moved and seconded. Call for a vote. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. And then we have the municipal golf subdivision. The applicant and developer has requested this be deferred till July meeting, planning meeting. So we can just go over that to the next one. Okay, certification of cancellation. This resolution has been moved and seconded to propose a fee of $500 for certificate of cancellation applications. So this is, as you said, for cancellation of property line or
That's correct.
yes. So the cost of that application would be suggested to be $500 and it has been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Councillor Peacock?
Thank you. Just to check with the treasurer, is the tariff of fees bylaw up to date?
We are reviewing we are reviewing all of the fees bylaws,
Mhm.
and we hope to come forward with a final report recommending a consolidation of all of the fees.
Okay,
So
thank you.
This one will take place immediately, though, if approved. Any further discussion? It's been moved and seconded. A call for a vote. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. And then we have a Public Works Department Surface Treatment Program forecasted overage. We have a resolution that's been moved and seconded, recommending the authorization to spend an additional amount of 60,000 on the 2026 surface treatment plan be approved, and that the additional amount will be covered by the working fund reserve. So it has been moved and seconded and is open for discussion. After reading the report, any questions? Yes, Councillor Calvert?
I guess there is no way of predicting this. Anyways, the way the fuel and the product was going to be going up like that, just from everything that's happened in the last while, so.
Yeah, through the chair, as the report speaks to, we started negotiating in October, September pre-budget, and I've shown the two indicators that the MTO and ourselves rely on. Those percentage increases, when we go to do a firm price, reflect 40% of their overall cost to perform the work.
Councillor Campoff?
In light of that, it's actually surprising that the overage is only as small as it is then.
Through the chair, as the sole source report stated back in January, we work with our vendors for various years in a row to try to reflect flexibility of schedule, flexibility of timing, scoping of the work in all in the same area, so to speak, to allow for the best possible negotiations. I think that's reflected in our relationship with them for the last 11 to 20 years, depending on who you talk to.
Yeah, that's good.
Councillor Peacock?
Thank you. Is it possible that one of these roads doesn't get done this year and that would save you that 60,000?
Through the chair, if we didn't have $180,000 surplus predicted in the existing works that's already been tendered, I would have recommended that.
Mhm.
Given we have the money already in the budget, it's not an over expenditure of the budget, it's actual expenditure of the budget funds that were allocated to various projects.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And also, as we've gone on road inspection so often, if you wait too long to do certain roads, it's going to cost you a heck of a lot more.
Yeah, through the chair, we've already worked on, I think as of tomorrow, we've worked on every road on this list already in one way, shape or form to get ready for this program.
Perfect. Okay. So again, let's have a resolution. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. We now have the OPHP site visit with the Friends of the Cleanup Efforts. That's regarding Friends of the museum scrap metal cleanup proposal. So we have two resolutions. Do we do each one separately or, okay. So the first resolution, it's been moved in second, recommending the declaring all scrap metal on the grounds of the Oliver Papunj Heritage Park as surplus to the needs of the municipality. It has been moved and seconded. It's open for discussion. Councillor Peacock?
Just a comment that we've talked about this for a very long time, and with the grass getting longer, sure enough, somebody's gonna trip on something and we're gonna be in trouble. So it'd be great if it could be cleaned up. And personal protective equipment, do we supply it or are they expected to bring their own?
Through the chair, the PPE is supplied to our workers,
Mhm.
not to Friends. They
Okay.
have been made aware that they have to wear it on our site.
Thank you.
Any further questions? So I will call a vote. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 2, it's been moved and seconded that all the scrap metal on the grounds of the park has been declared surplus, and that we recommend the authorization of administration to conclude an agreement with the Friends of Oliver Papunj Heritage Park for the removal of that scrap metal under the following conditions, and we have a list of conditions there. This resolution has been moved and seconded and is now open for discussion. Any questions or concerns on these items? Councillor Peacock?
Thank you. Will this fall on Public Works to haul this away?
Through the chair, as always, since 2015, Public Works has supported the municipality with these endeavors. Yes.
Thank you.
Any other further comments or questions? I will call a vote. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. We now have the annual inspection for the Roslyn Village drinking water system, and I hope every one of you read every single page of that
I
report.
did.
You did,
Exciting.
because you were sitting in an airplane or an airport.
8 hours.
So anyways, we have the report. Is there any comments or questions in regards to this report? And I must say, it's been a terrific job. It's been a bad year for the water system because of the arsenic, but still it came through well with the inspection. So, Councillor Kapoff.
Through the chair, but to the Director of Operations, is there anything in the report you'd like to highlight?
Through the chair, as mentioned in the report, there was 3 distinct circumstances that drew our number down. We were trending same as last year, and the rating that's shown, it's a standard inspection task that the MOE does. They give you the rating of what they look at. It's just before our 93.38%. I think it's on page 133 of 349 in your package. So the non-compliance ratings, as you see there's a bunch of zeros, which tells us that our service provider and our training and our logbooks and our manuals and our reporting actions are all in compliance
Yes.
because we didn't receive any deductions. We're monitoring the water properly. And as again, the source, 9 out of 16, was the 2 incidences, or the 1 incidence of groundwater, which was rectified prior to the rating that was noted in the previous inspection. And the treatment process has to do, you lose large on these things when you miss a data timeline. You automatically go on a boil water until you can correct the data. So those 3 instances contributed to the 22 demerit points out of a total score of 348. And that's the same rating that I've been dealing with since 2015.
Perfect. Any other questions, Councillor Colbert?
I just read some of this stuff here and some of the stuff wasn't, didn't meet the chemicals and that the filters, they weren't compatible with what the inspector thought they should be.
Yeah, through the chair, when we designed the arsenic treatment system, there was a provider of filter media that was certified through the Ontario government. That person has now not renewed his let's say compliance to be acceptable to. We've been granted a 90-day grace period, and we have to apply to the regulations division to continue to use that supply of filters we have to a new vendor can be sourced.
Okay, thank you. Any other concerns or questions? Job well done. The Roslyn Village drinking water system has not been the best. Not that the staff didn't do their best, but it's been a challenge all the last few years. The Norwest Collective Agreement, 2025 to 29. We have a resolution moved and second that we recommend the Norwest Recreation Center Collective Agreement be negotiated between the municipality and Luna for the period from August 1st to July of 2029. And that the necessary bylaw be presented for ratification. So again, that's the union agreement. Has now been agreed upon both sides. So is there any comments in regards to that union agreement? Councillor Campbell.
Was there any negative implications to the municipality because the union took so long to send us the signed agreement?
No, we used the memorandum of understanding to keep track of the settlement, to keep track of what is we're supposed to be doing with the employees. So it's okay, but it's much better to have it all in one piece.
Yeah. Resolution has been moved and seconded. Any further questions? I will call a vote. All in favor, opposed, carried. And then we have the Compliant Audits Committee 2026 municipal election. We have report number 2026-104, and this is in regards to the upcoming election. I'm not sure if anyone doesn't know what it's all about, but the resolution says the administration recommends that the council agree to participate with the Lake Douro Municipal Coalition member municipalities in sharing the staff for the purposes of a compliance audit committee. It's open for discussion. Any thoughts or questions? All in favor? Opposed? Good. And then we have the awarding of the RFP for the municipal office roof, which is on our desks. It's resolution. We recommend the awarding of the RFP 08-2026, the municipal office roof to Dykstra Night Roofing. It's a little bit less than I thought it would be before when we talked about it, but any discussion? Resolution has been moved and seconded. Councillor Peacock?
Were there other items included in this RFP or just strictly the roof?
Through the chair, it was strictly the roof.
Thank you.
Any other thing? Any other comments, questions? I will call a vote. All in favor, opposed, carried. And the next item is the RFP 26-2026, the Morello Recreation Complex. That's the pergola design, a resolution for that. The res been moved and seconded that be awarded to Alpha Engineering. Again, it's open for discussion. Councillor Peacock?
Just to confirm, that's strictly for design and not construction, correct?
That's what it is,
Yeah.
yes. If that was for the construction, I'd hire them to build my house too.
500.
No, we already had the materials, so that's why I thought, well.
No, you're not gonna get anyone to build it for that price, even if you have all the wood. But yeah, this is just for getting the engineering done. We cannot ask for builders to quote a price on a job if we don't have the engineer drawings telling them how we want it done. Again, any further discussion? We'll call a vote. All in favor, opposed, carried. We have reports of committees. We have the Thunder Bay District Health Unit, the Social Services Board, and the second one from the Social Services Board. These are just items that we can read. Yes.
With regard to page 230, the DSAB minutes. The halfway down the page there, it said, I'm not sure if our treasurer has heard anything from them, but it says that they're going to transfer 50% of the surplus to the levy stabilization fund and return 50% of the surplus to the municipalities. So that would
Well,
be
that would be
nice
very nice.
if we heard anything.
They haven't contacted me and given me a date when we can expect those funds or how much we can expect. So
That's normally the way it's done at the DSAP board. If there's a surplus at a specific year, they decide if they're going to put it in their bank or if they're going to share it with the municipalities, which is nice if they share it with the municipalities.
For sure.
Okay, anything else? Before we go to the bylaws, I would just like to ask the fire chief, is there anything you would like to bring to our attention tonight? Because we haven't got you anywhere, not got you on the hot seat anywhere tonight.
No, I was going to, I think it's in the FYI portion.
Okay,
I was just gonna comment, but I think we're gonna cover that later.
we'll
One
be
of the-
covering it later.
Well, we haven't gotten to it yet in the agenda, so.
Okay, we can do that when it comes up if you want. Okay, nothing else? No, the roads, public works, nothing, planning, anything extra? Okay. All righty, so now we'll go to the bylaws. The resolution bylaw has been moved and seconded with the appointment of compliance audit committees. It's open for discussion. All in favor, opposed, carried. We have a bylaw that's been moved and seconded to contract Dykstra Knight Roofing to do the roofing on the building here. Any further discussion? All in favor, opposed, carried. Petition and action items. We had a support of sustainable provincial grant funding for fire services Ontario. This was a communication that just came in, and when we had our agenda review, it was suggested that they just put the resolution in because we're certainly going to support this resolution, I think. So the resolution has been moved and seconded. Is there any questions or thoughts on this resolution? I know the fire department would like to see that for sure. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Then we have a review of the OPP municipal policing billing model. Finley's Law on Emergency Room Reform. Traffic calming and speeding mitigation techniques. Traffic calming is, that's double. Well, there twice. Sustainable funding for public health units. Highway 1117 rest stop areas. Yes.
I would like that to come forward again or
The
support it. or
stop
whatever.
rest areas?
Yes.
Okay, that
So
can be
that's
brought-
page 293.
Yes.
It's the resolution for that one.
We can bring that back for next meeting if the rest of council is in agreement with it. I think we are. It's nice to have the rest spots when you're traveling.
Exactly.
Next item is provincial review of current value assessment. And weighted assessment for, and that to me is very important too, because some committees, some groups do one way of doing the assessment for us external agencies, and others do it differently.
Hmm.
So it might be something that we might want to look at and get a comment from each other, even if we bring that one back. Is there thought on that or not? Just to review what's governing the weighted assessment, and the weighted assessment is not always fair to municipalities.
Well, undoubtedly, even if you look at this, what they're throwing in here, this graph,
Mhm.
how it changes, you know. Some people pay like less than half of what other ones pay per household or person.
Yeah.
So is that, you're getting the same per se service, are you not?
That's
Why shouldn't
right.
it be the same roughly across the board?
I think it's a health unit that's the most fair in their assessing for all of us
Mhm.
for our levies. The other ones do use weighted assessment, and that can be very unfair.
Right.
For example, they could say they're having a 3% increase, but when it comes to us, it'll be a 5.5% by the time we get assessed.
Yeah, they're staggered. They go anywhere from like 2.5 to some person might be 5. I doubt it. That's not.
It's not right way of doing things, no.
Yeah, if you're looking at it per person, everyone's usually in any of these. Whether it be conservation or anything health unit, everyone's in it the same.
Mm-hmm.
So why shouldn't it be more of a balanced? You know, there'll be a little bit, but not staggering where one township is paying, you know, so much more than the other per person per se. Even with SNEMS,
Yes,
same thing.
same thing. Yeah, and we've
Doesn't
done,
make any sense.
our CAO has done a lot of good reports on that for the province when we go to RONA meetings, but maybe now somebody read it. Because
And they have
telling you.
it here. The figures are here, and
It's unbelievable when someone, excuse me, on the North Shore pays $38 per household for SNEMS, and we pay hundreds per household for SNEMS. And plus we pay for our fire department and ambulance, the first response.
Mhm.
While on the North Shore, they don't have first response because they have an ambulance that's sitting in their town so we already pay more. I know it's a big discussion when I was on the DSAB board too, was a lot of discussion on that. So, okay.
And I think, sorry, unincorporated areas as well, that,
there was enough.
yeah, that's the kicker for sure.
We've talked to the province about that
Mhm.
too, but,
Mhm.
yep. Pardon? Yes, please. And then establishment of a Northern Ontario policing grant. I don't know if we want to look at that. We do not have the OPP, but any policing grant would be good. But if you want to look at that, we can bring that back for the next meeting. Affirming outdoor education as essential. And funding of improved hospital finances and capacity. Okay, now we have petitions and communications for information only. The Kinawaya Legal Clinic, the AMCTO advocacy update, the Northern Ontario Municipal Association, the Northern Municipal Leaders, the Municipal Exchange Tourism as a public policy, how Ontario municipalities are using it strategically, Food Action Network of Northwestern Ontario, increasing police operating and capital costs, and one JIB meeting highlights. It's an investment board, I guess, and Northern Superior Workforce Planning Board, the 30th anniversary, and the Northern Policy Institute. And now we have the Northern Community Health Center. We have received an invitation if you're interested in attending their annual general meeting on Tuesday, June 23rd. I'm assuming it's at their main office on Simpson Street, I think. Yes. So if you're interested, you can contact them. And new business. So I'm sorry.
We missed. We missed voting for the collective agreement.
Oh, I thought we did.
We missed that one.
Okay.
The bylaw?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't even see the bylaw in here. Okay,
Hmm.
no problem. We have the bylaw
so we're good, eh?
that's there for the collective agreement.
Yeah, so we're gonna vote.
We don't want to be one of those
Good.
places that takes three years to do something. Okay, we have the bylaw there. But we'll have a vote on it. It's been moved and seconded. It has been moved and seconded. Good. It's open for discussion. Anything further to say? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. We've done it. Okay, now we will, new business. Oh, sorry, Sean.
Yeah, so I missed the, the one I wanted to comment on is it starts on 346, this fringe populations in Northern Ontario. It's an interesting thing and it's something I think we need to push a little bit. I'm part of a Northern Fire Chiefs Working Group with the office or the Chiefs Association. And one of the things I've been bringing up specifically about extrication on provincial highways is kind of in line with this. This is talking more about fringe unorganized areas that
Yeah.
are that we're supporting, but you go one step further, every vehicle that's driving across Canada is coming through our municipality, along with Shunya and Conmee and everybody along the way.
Yeah.
So we are, for all intents and purposes, providing a service to people that we can tax. So I don't know if this is something we can put pressure on, but I think there has to be a discussion about some funding provincially and federally to support departments that are providing this service to the greater population. We
Mhm.
do get billing for MTO, but it really just covers operating costs.
Yes.
Doesn't cover capital, it doesn't cover training. And there's a lot of discussion about departments that are traveling quite far out of their municipalities to cover areas that are unprotected. So Shunya, for example, they're going almost all the way up to Armstrong.
Yes.
Right now, we're covering for Shabandawan, but normally it's within our municipality, but Shabandawan's going way outside of their area. Upsala's way outside of their area. So this is something I think that we have to get a discussion going to say, we need support to provide this service to the greater population. Everything going north or south or east to west comes through Oliver Papoonch.
That's right. Okay, so then it should be brought back for further discussion. Oh, Councillor Peacock, sorry.
Thank you. I did have a note after reading that through the agenda, and it's interesting, the last paragraph says potential options for reform include municipal annexation of certain unorganized areas.
Not.
Or adopting a system of regional government in Northern Ontario, modeling BC. So,
Well, we don't
Yep,
make regional
I-
government either, but.
Yeah, and my thing is bigger than this. This is more about us providing service to like a CAM or a Nullaloo,
Yeah.
which it does work that way,
Mhm.
but this is bigger scale with Ontario and Canada, really. All the trucks going across Canada are going through municipalities and they're providing that service with it's on the taxpayer of that municipality.
It's there, yeah.
And
Okay, that's interesting. Yes.
Yes, when we're at Roma, we brought that up with the minister there when we were having our discussion about this. But how we support the fire is always supporting the unorganized, it seems, and it's a lot of use of our manpower in that, and we should be getting some kind of compensation for it
Mhm.
at the
Yes,
time.
it was discussed then too, because usually those living in the unincorporated areas are all traveling through incorporated areas to get to their town, their work, their shopping. They're coming through us, but not being charged for
Mhm,
keeping the roads,
mhm.
the fire department open, anything like that. So, Councillor Campoff?
Just to be a contrarian,
Yes,
of course, anytime any of us travel outside of
we go through.
Papoonch, we are able to access services from another municipality, so it does balance out. Of course, Oliver Papoonch has a highway going through, a lot of our neighbors don't, which
Mhm.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like we don't get covered as individuals, residents here, we still get services from other municipalities.
Like the comment that was made a few years ago to put up toll booths for us going into the city of Thunder Bay. Come on now, then we'll put one right on the other side for you to come out. So, yes,
I just want to add to that, that there's some discussion that there's like over 1,000 kilometers of provincial highway within Ontario that are not covered. And I drove to Pickle Lake on Saturday, and you know, over half the time that I'm driving, it's way outside of a municipality or even an unorganized
yeah,
area. When, you know, I asked the Pickle Lake chief, and they're covering all the way down to, I think, Silver Dollar, he said, which is yeah, it's hours and going north that much. So there, it is something that has to get looked at.
Yeah.
I think people gotta start carrying more cash now. They keep closing all these banks down in all these little towns. Every time you turn around, they're shutting down a bank. Like,
do everything online.
yeah.
Councillor Campo?
But yeah, I think to the fire chief's point, I think the traveling public, the greater, like, you know, the greater traveling public from Southern Ontario or other large centers, yeah, they probably don't understand that in 2026, there are large sections of the Trans-Canada Highway, not only like 599 up to Pickle Lake, but large sections of Trans-Canada, there's no coverage.
Yep.
There's emergency
Okay.
services.
Telephone or
Or,
otherwise.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you have an accident there, you could be waiting for a long time before anybody shows up, if they do.
If you get service.
Okay, new business. Councillor Calvert.
Yeah, I just like to thank the Recreation Department for taking care of the ball diamonds at Merlin and Kakabeka. Like, they look really good. They've done a very good job there.
Perfect. Councillor Campo, anything came to you while you were in the airplane? Nothing? And Councillor Peacock.
Thank you. Is there any word on the Roslyn Fire Hall build location committee? It was struck last year and I haven't heard anything.
It is on the radar, and when I get some time to organize the next meeting, then I'll do so.
Okay, and just a reminder to my fellow councillors that there's a meeting tomorrow night at the information meeting at the Legion tomorrow with regard to electoral candidates that our municipal staff and MMAH are putting on, and details are on our website. So at 6:30 till 8, I believe, at the Legion. Will coffee be on?
No,
No,
they told
no.
us not to supply coffee. I'm not gonna be there, but I did
I
ask
know.
if they were gonna have coffee and tea, and the staff said no. We asked and they said, nope,
Nothing.
bring your own water to drink if you want something to drink, which is strange. We usually always have coffee at the
Mhm.
Legion, but
Yeah.
I guess the province doesn't want to pay for the cup of coffee. Not me.
Thank
Anything
you.
else? No, no, okay. Anything from administration? Okay. So we now have a resolution moved and seconded that we resolve to close session, the time being 5:48 PM. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. We will have a 5-minute break, please.